Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Peter Fischer, CEO of InkSpace Imaging. We have pioneered a revolutionary printed electronics technology platform to build future medical devices. And initially, we're focusing on advanced, super lightweight, ultra flexible MRI receive coils, boosting diagnostic imaging, making the previously invisible visible, and enhancing patient-centered care significantly. So originally, we are a startup from UC Berkeley, California. We are now located in Pleasanton, California. We have originally raised $8 million, have 2 FDA-cleared devices already with the 2 leading OEMs in the field. We are here currently raising $10 million Series A and have already secured the first $5 million. So you might ask, why in established diagnostic fields such as MR is there any innovation needed? So for an MRI, you need a receive coil to actually get decent images for diagnostics. And existing MRI receive coils have been designed for 6-foot men. So they are not fitting well to the majority of the population of patients. So you wouldn't give a child running shoes designed for an adult, obviously, right? Since MRI receive coils are all about how close you can get to the patient to get the best RF signal out of your MR machine. So this results in that you naturally get lower quality images for most of the patients you're scanning. Those coils are typically very heavy, 6, 10 and more pounds. So they are causing anxiety, distress, discomfort in any form of patient, not only children. And the procedure times take very long. And the solution for kids, how to get kids through, and especially younger kids, through MRI is putting them under sedation, general anesthetics. So innovation in this field hasn't been done for more than a decade, really. So if you look at the MRI receive coils available at all OEMs, they're pretty much the same. So this is where we think our innovation comes in. So we have designed something which is significantly more lightweight and flexible. So our product is less than a pound. So the youngest patient our partners at Stanford have scanned was 18 hours old and 3 weeks premature. You obviously cannot do that with a 10-pound coil. So the images, since the coil sits so snug fit, are superior, much sharper, higher spatial, higher temporal resolution. That reduces also, I will show that later, the need for sequential procedures, that is CT or UT, which is typically used. The setup time is much quicker, so that reduces the overall imaging time. The design of the coils is a high-density field of coils, so they can be appropriately accelerated, so the overall procedure time is significantly shorter. And that increases throughput. That's always a bottleneck in MRI suites. Patients obviously feel more comfortable under something which is a blanket and less than a pound than a block of material which is 10 pounds or more. All the things above obviously also lead to some form of cost savings, definitely the reduction of sedation, but also very important, we can provide more people with access to MRI since the coil is so flexible, not only for pediatric patients, but also for adult patients. So as mentioned at the beginning of my talk, we have now already cleared devices for pediatric and adult patients, for the market leader Siemens, but also for GE. We are currently focusing on the US market. We have requests for many more modalities, but here are a few examples where you see cardiac scans, extremity, MSK, most recently from Harvard, a request for motion studies. So we see also sports medicine as one of the potential future businesses for us. So what do radiologists say? So we've obviously also teamed up with key opinion leaders at MSKCC, UCSF, Stanford, and have been working with them over the last years, some of which have already purchased the coils after we could clear them with the FDA. So much better spatial and temporal resolution, now going to below 0.5 millimeter. That also results in details, as you can see here in the quotes, which they typically cannot see. that results in that they have to do less procedures, such as catheter procedure, CT, ultrasonic, and so on and so forth. And on the right-hand side, you see one example, one of our partners, they use this highly spatial resolved MR to 3D print the heart and then use that for surgery planning with the surgeons, but also to explain to the parents what's actually going on with the child and why they have to do surgery. So we then also taken that to the lab, since people ask us, how much better are your coils? So the clinicians say the images look much sharper, much better. So we can say in some lab tests, we could prove that the coil, depending on the setup we are comparing to, boosts the SNR, the signal to noise ratio, which leads into image quality by 20 to 70%, depending on the vendor and depending on what coil and the setup is used. We have also partners pushing it in terms of acceleration. So one partner in Cardinal Glennon, they could show that they can reduce the scan time by 45%. That's huge in terms of MRI suite throughput planning for a day. So how do we plan to take this to the market? We have a small team of experienced sales executives taking it directly into the hospitals of key opinion leaders and working with them to get support to drive market adoption in this field. We have most recently signed a distribution agreement with one of the larger medical device distribution companies in the United States. And just a week ago, we announced that we've cleared the product for all Siemens 3 Tesla systems. And by doing that, we also finished the technical evaluation, which is required to get into their catalog. So that will be one of the distribution channels for us that Siemens will be distributing that product for us in the future. So to give you an idea, the coils typically cost $40,000 to $120,000, mainly depending on channels. So we have done our own market research, talked with hospitals and OEM. So we're offering it at $139 list price and target an ASP of $65,000, which will give us a decent gross margin of 65% in a volume setup. Most importantly, with all those throughput improvements for one shift MRI suite in a hospital, they will see the return of invest for such a new coil in less than half a year. So what are we planning to do? We are raising a $10 million Series A. We have already secured and received the first half of that, of $5 million. We're looking for the second half now. We plan to execute our commercial plan, so basically selling the pediatric and adult body array directly, but also through the sales channels with Siemens and the distributor. We have been asked by both OEMs, but also hospitals, to expand the product line faster and bring more product into the market, focusing on 1.5 and a pediatric head neck coil, but there are many more ideas past that. So we have assembled a team of in total 16 employees now. The executive team brings a broader experience in medical device development, sales, clinical partnerships, finance, M&As, exits, but also taking innovative ideas from a university lab where we started in Berkeley into high volume manufacturing. The board we have assembled and the advisors, we have the two co-founders, world-renowned expert in MRI and printed electronics. Anna and Miki are still with us in the company and working with us. We managed to get Jack and George here on board with 40 plus year, both in finance and venture capital, but also in the world of MRI, and some other advisors from GE Ventures and hospitals. So with that, I would like to thank for the attention. And just to wrap it up, that is the reason why we think hospitals buy the coils. And we see a good exit opportunity here. This team has shown to deliver milestones for all of our last financing rounds. We delivered the milestones which we promised to the investors, and we also plan to do that for this round. Thank you very much.